Alright, what's going on, guys? You're back with Chili Games, and my cat is currently clawing Ow! He's clawing at me. Regardless, had this game with Fletcher here, and we finally get this thing to click a little bit. Finally got enough promotion orders to get Halsey to level 12, or level 11 anyways, just to get that second inspiration. So we're running Halsey, Bay, and Sims as our two inspirations. And if you look at the board there, you see Mark A. White, who is a community contributor, and me and Mark have played a little bit, and super good player, super nice guy. So when we actually messaged each other on Discord now. Before I got to it, he was already saying, "How you doing?" And I was like, "Hey." It was funny. So good dude there. I'm gonna link his channel in the description below. Oh my God, my cat is freaking out. Stop. We're making a good video. So immediately, what I'm doing here is I'm making a pretty risky play. I'm trying to get in this little gap that I'm pointing to here. That way I can go undetected behind this island and also kind of dip my aft into the cap circle. And I see that there is a destroyer, and obviously since I'm running Halsey, my detection it's not going to be as good as if I was running Burke. So we have about a 5.7, and as you can see, oh, dude, the yawns every time. Oh my God, I think it's just because I'm talking. I'm not used to talking for an extended amount of time. However, Kagero comes in here head first, which is really good for me because one, he's smoked up, and two, he has no real way of punishing me here. And since he was staying in that spot, I'm just going to start blind firing this same spot here. And if you see, we're getting multiple hits on this guy still. And as soon as I start missing, I switch to this King George. King George is he's pretty much in a spot where there's nothing he can really do. He's just going to have to take some of these torps. So unfortunate for him, but we start getting some flyers on him. And the weirdest thing is this guy doesn't have a damage control. So yeah. We hit 2 torps on him and a fire, and he is just going to sit there and burn. And super good. We could have gone undetected here and hid, but at this point, you know, like, Kagero was in no spot to punish us. He can't torp us because we have the island in front of us. And this King George is dead. I shot there trying to secure the kill because I was like, man, someone's gonna steal this. Prince Eugen, I'm not really sure what he's doing here. Even if he had full health, this is still a pretty risky maneuver here, and kind of confirms my theory. One good thing about Halsey and Twist and Track is I can see that this guy is still in the cap. I would have known anyways that he is still contesting because he's still capping the base, but sorry, my cat is going nuts. Oh my God, he's like chewing on all these wires because he has a string that looks just like them. Apologize. These torps are kind of just fire and forget, honestly. He gets spotted because the smoke screen runs out. That's another thing. He should have been angling out, so if he did get spotted after his smoke screen, that he could have like disappeared behind that rock. But this is a super easy cleanup kill, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I stay right here in this cap right now, and I kind of lay low because I know this Mogami is right there in the middle. I think this is a pretty good spot to go for this cap. Obviously, you don't want to go where my friendly battleship is going in the beginning because that's just a... People love to spam torps there, so I think it's better to come to this second little opening here. The only way it can be dangerous is if your team doesn't contest B, in which they aren't. So if that Mogami was paying attention, he would have been able to hit me pretty hard here, but I realized that he was being occupied by other ships, so it kind of worked out for us. So right now this York is kind of playing peekaboo. He's kind of caught because he knows he can't turn around, because if he turns around he's going to have to show broadside, which is not going to be fun for him. But we get a little bit cheeky here. We can shoot over this island, and this is what Fletcher is probably best at, I would say. These gun arcs, or the shell arcs, are great for these kind of plays here. And every time that you can shoot at a target and you don't have to smoke up is, you know, perfect. So we're just going to take advantage of this right here. We're capping the base. As soon as we kill this guy, we can get on with capping B. Marc and his division mate did a good job of clearing out that cap over there, and they have no destroyers in this game, so at this point I play a little bit reckless at the very end, but I just knew it was over because if you have a good DD player like Marc and they don't have any DDs, it's just a matter of time before you win, and no one's contesting B. We have both caps, so we're just going to try and make this as interesting as possible. So the reason why I didn't rush this guy is, one, he has Hydro, and true, I probably could have gotten the kill on him, but I would have taken some pointless damage, and those torps. York does have 6 torps per side, which is a pretty... It's definitely formidable, so you don't want to be going, you know, too crazy. I watched this guy take a shot, you know, completely misses. I thought about being like, what the crap, but we're just gonna leave him be. No time in wasting our time here. And I honestly thought I was gonna be able to get this kill on the York coming on this side here. That's why I switched to AP right here. But regardless, the best thing we can do here is try and spot Mogami so we know that we can get into B safely. And when we do, and York should die pretty soon here. There we go. York is cleared, our spawn is cleared. Now it's basically a free cap for me. At this point I'm just going for damage, and maybe this is the right decision, maybe not, but I love taking little pot shots with this thing. Like, whenever I can shoot my guns and I know it's safe, I'm going to shoot them. That's just like how I like to play, especially with this Fletcher. The only problem is Fletcher running Halsey only gets about 5% for its fire chance, which can be kind of, you'll see later in the game, it kind of gets quite annoying. So speed boost is going. I don't come around B here on this tight corner because I realize that obviously the Mogami is going to be coming in, so we are trying to beeline it towards C and take a right, or just be prepared to be able to take a right here. And it actually gets pretty close, so you know, it was the right play for that Mogami to come in and try to cut me off here. So at this point we're just trying to get around this corner as quick as possible. Dude, I don't know what it is. These yawns are killing me. It's midday, I've had coffee. I really think it's because I'm not used to talking in like videos for a long amount of time. However, Mogami makes a great play here, and he is ready to shoot me as I come around this corner here. As you see, is 5.7. That's my detection. I can upgrade him Halsey one more time to get minus 2% more detection, so that would have saved me there, and I wouldn't have been detected, and I would have gotten this base. 2 seconds. I didn't even realize that. This might have been like a 400 or a 4K base XP game, actually. I did not even see that. I don't shoot my guns because I know I'm borderline detection, and I know that if I shoot that I'll be perma detected, and I really didn't want to smoke up there and be charged by 2 things when I don't have any more or less cover. So now that they're both kind of turning away, Mogami's weak, I can gun these guys down, so I decided to smoke up. And unfortunately he gets taken out. I was actually really kind of looking forward to chipping that one. We got a torp hit on the the Richelieu, take out the Mogami's torp tubes. I mean, this is just... It actually probably saved our life there. I didn't even pay attention because in about 2 seconds, well, we killed the Mogami. That was a lucky salvo there. In about 4 or 5 seconds, you'll see some sea sausages coming in here, and I peek my nose out here to get a range on this Richelieu so I can just start spamming that spot there. Mostly trying to bait him to shoot so he can be detected. You see these torps here? He only shot 4. So if I destroyed his torp tubes and only let him shoot 4, I could have saved my life there, honestly, because that would have one-shotted me, and I'm not sure where that second torp salvo would have gone. So super crazy to think about as you see that dispersion there. And this is really the last part in the game where you'll really see the 5% chance of fire really kind of hurt me here. But hitting over 100k damage. We could get the cap, honestly. This game's over. It's not really like I don't need to get the cap. I can just do whatever. I probably should have, honestly. Now that I'm thinking about it, but who cares? We have 3 kills, and I noticed that, and I noticed that I would have to kill both of these guys. And I know this Colorado, I don't want to steal this kill, but then again I do, so I start to focus back on him, get a lucky fire on the Richelieu. So, just gonna say right here, we get super lucky. I stopped shooting at him because I'm like, I'm just not gonna shoot anymore, there's no point. I think, yeah, we get him right there. Super lucky, considering these shells can do somewhat times like 200 damage of volley. I mean, that was super lucky, so. I messaged Marc afterwards. I was like, I saw your kill, I'm sorry. But he was cool with it. Like I said, he's a super cool guy. And we're gonna... Another thing about these guns right here is, well, we pick up the Haikal, but this Richelieu, like, it would take me an hour by myself to, like, actually shoot this guy down here. And that's the biggest thing I have with Fletcher, is I feel like the alpha and the penetration is awful. I would much rather play Lightning for its guns, because I feel like Lightning's shell velocity helps out the penetration a lot, and I might just be speaking through my aft here, but you know, just in what I've played, Lightning does a lot better at getting those penetrations and superstructure damage, better, more so than this does. And right before this game ends, we are going to squeak out a couple more volleys against this guy. And at the very end, if you're still here, and if there is any way that you would like to support me further, I hate doing this, but I have linked my PayPal in the description. This is completely optional, guys. I love you. I just need to, any support is great support for me to keep doing this, and I can't thank you guys enough for everything. But this is definitely my best game in Fletcher 3700 base XP, and guys, you mean the absolute world, Marc.